Well, all day we have been looking back on Belle's time here at KARE as she gets ready to retire after 33 years. And as you can imagine, she's met some pretty famous people over the years, and she's charmed them all. Let's take a look at some of those memorable moments. When looking back at the famous people Belinda's met, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
You're still a big skier? You still really enjoy getting up on the hill?
To me, there's nothing greater than getting out of the rat race, getting out of the infernal mechanisms of the city and getting up in a pure environment, just cutting loose and just letting it rip.
While covering the Olympics in Salt Lake in '95, Belle secured an interview with Utah's most famous resident, Robert Redford. The two had something in common. Redford founded the famous Sundance Resort, and Belinda got married there.
So did you get the invitation to my wedding? There was a table, the table was
You don't
right
remember,
here.
do you? You have really a short memory.
I mean, I thought maybe you'd come for the dollar
I
dance.
gave you away, and you've forgotten?
Gosh, I forget these things. It was actually a wonderful experience here.
I thought so.
The food was great that night, didn't you think?
I did.
Yes, I know. The music.
Now, have you forgotten you married me?
Where have you been for the last 8 years?
Waiting.
She added another heartthrob to the list a year later when she traveled to a baseball field in Chicago to interview the cast of ER. She talked to George Clooney about his seemingly sudden fame.
Every year for the last 15, so I've been doing it a long time. But they would always say, oh, that's a guy from, aren't you the guy from Facts of Life?
Belinda Jensen from Channel 11.
Your battery mate.
Hello, Belinda.
Your battery mate.
How are you? Same here. What kind of wing you got there, hon? Can you bring it? All right.
Around that time, Belle took to the field herself to throw out the first pitch at the Saints game, a team partially owned by Bill Murray at the time.
Gotta go, baby.
And when the Super Bowl came to our town in 2018, she and Lester Holt shared a moment. And she and Jimmy Fallon talked football.
Can you imagine if the Vikings were in this?
No, I could not imagine. They already lost their minds.
And the meaning of Minnesota nice.
You will get aggressively greeted by a Minnesotan while you're here, every 4 minutes or so.
Everyone has been super nice. As I said, I was in someone's home, a stranger's home last night, and they wanted me to be part of the family. So I go, sure.
I mean, it's hard to encapsulate everything you've done here over 33 years. But as I was going through old interviews and footage, it really struck me all of those people were so charmed by you. And I just love it.
Especially Robert Redford.
Yeah.
That was, I know, I got that. I was excited to get that interview. But Bill Murray was hilarious.
Okay, and we cut out the second 2 times he tried to whack her on the bum, and Belle avoided. Belle avoided. It was a different time back then, I gotta say.
At least it wasn't a dirt pitch, which I've done
I
before.
said, you had some heat on that pitch.
Well, I tried. I love him, though.
He was a
I
character.
love when he owned half the Saints. He was here for so many things. Anyway, so many wonderful people that I had a chance to spend time with this great job. So
yeah, and I also think it's worth pointing out that you've had all these extraordinary experiences, interviewed extraordinary people, but it's just as engaging and fun to watch you talking to just Minnesotans at the state fair or chefs in the kitchen. You're just very, very special.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a great day here. What a wonderful party everyone had. And we'll have a big story tonight that's really worked on forever. So I appreciate that as well. And then we'll have our big Saturday show where we'll kind of wrap the whole thing up on Saturday morning. Well, I guess we need to talk about...
Do your job.
We don't have to.
You're still on the clock for 2 more shows.
What is going on? I have to get to my office. Okay, so you know what? The Wolves and the Wild are playing. And so let's take a look at the graphics and show you what's happening across the region.